At first glance, old Zhujiajiao looks similar to Tongli. You can find the same narrow streets lined with shops selling goods. Bridges from the imperial period dot the old portion of town, connecting various islands. These bridges were built with private funds by local citizens. Today, both Zhujiajiao and Tongli serve as tourist destinations, becoming a place for Chinese citizens and foreigners alike. Unlike Tongli, Zhujiajiao has put a greater emphasis on industrial expansion. The creation of new commercial areas are signs of a developing Zhujiajiao, including the construction of foreign businesses. Traditionally, the commercial area of Zhujiajiao is found in the old part of town, but this commercial growth spreads beyond the gates of old Zhujiajiao. Walk down the street and you'll see Western restaurants like this KFC, aiming to serve foreign tourists but also increasingly successful in attracting the local Chinese. Even Chinese-owned companies are copying that Western style. The DIO Coffee House is an example. Nearly 80% of the customers that walk through these doors order a Western dish.
就是我们总共是在苏州学士店，就是说我们的老板呢，就是说选择了这块地，觉得这个适合开这个西餐厅，因为呢，游客很多，阶层的一般都是中高上层的，一般都是游客，都是来自外国、美国啊，比如说日本，都是这些。
This industrial park was built about 4 years ago. The town's largest factories are now located here. Zhujiajiao currently has 3 industrial parks. A significant number of the factories here were built by foreign investors and attract workers from around the province. Zhujiajiao has recently expanded these parks in an attempt to attract larger companies. One of these factories is owned by Mizuno, a Japanese company. They manufacture sports equipment like baseballs and gloves. Though baseball is not very popular in China, its products are exported to Japan and the United States. Most of these young factory workers come from farming families. Until recently, a majority of the population here worked the land, but farmers are now a minority in the younger generation. The addition of the factories has helped to reshape the lives of those living in Zhujiajiao. Many residents believe that the creation of the industrial parks is a good thing. The laborers in these factories make significantly more money than farmers or shop owners. That in turn affords them a better standard of life and more disposable income. Zhujiajiao is just 20 miles west of Shanghai. The suburbanization of that larger city is rapidly changing the villages around here. The town is developing modern housing. This suburbanization is also attracting wealthy developers, helping to create special residential districts for the rich Chinese coming from bigger cities. This is Cambridge Watertown, a residential gated community catering only to the rich. These houses are more extravagant than the average house in Zhujiajiao. In fact, the interior amenities are out of the price range for the average family. Most of the folks living in these homes are Shanghai's upper middle class.
New Shanghai people means is not very traditional Chinese as Shanghai people, just another province move here, not more than 3 years, and also have foreign country people just work here and maybe business here.
Rivers run through the district, and in the center of the town is a shopping region containing restaurants and an assortment of stores. Many of these gated summer home communities are placed in ideal areas, often near lakes or around rivers, secluded from the city. These million-dollar houses were built for the super-rich in Shanghai, who want vacation homes in the countryside. On average, each house with its private garden occupies slightly more than half an acre. This is an unusual luxury in China, a country known for its land shortages. One of the most expensive houses was priced at an equivalence of $15 million in the spring of 2008. While Zhujiajiao's primary income has been from the development of its industrial parks, the town has recently attempted to cater to the younger crowd in Shanghai, and that's led to the creation of Oasis Park. The park was built by the municipal government of Shanghai as an educational and recreational facility for students. Tourists rent bicycles, power or paddle boats, or just walk around to enjoy the scenery. The statues of the famous provide an opportunity to learn Chinese and world history. The new super-rich suburbs, industrial parks, and recreation centers in Zhujiajiao were all built on farmland. To make room, local peasant farmers were forced to move off of their land. These pieces of rubble are all that remain from this farmer's village. This land will soon be cleared to create homes for the rich. The farmers that formerly lived here were moved into government-built homes, while their village was destroyed to make way for new development. Currently, this land sits idle, awaiting construction of new upscale homes or businesses. These are the new apartment buildings the farmers have been moved to. The residents here have mixed feelings about the new living conditions. Since they can no longer farm, many of the farmers now take pay from the government or work jobs inside the city. As farmers are pushed off their lands, some fear that China may not be able to feed its growing population, increasing their reliance on imports. To put it in perspective, China has 25% less arable land than the U.S., but has nearly 4 times the population to feed. This cab driver is a former farmer. He offers a balanced view of the changes brought about by the real estate development.
好的变化呢，就是说人的生活水平啊，什么都提高了，就是不好的变化就是有的地方就是地啊全部圈起来了，没有，就是说好几年没有动工啊什么的，没有什么长远的规划一样。现在政府怎么讲呢？政府你看这个圈地圈起来之后，反正是有对老百姓呢，现在看上去反正对老百姓还是很有好处的，就是说老百姓什么保障啊什么，反正都已经。你像以前我们乡下看病啊什么的都很难，现在你看病基本上都有报销啊什么的，好处肯定是从近阶段来讲呢，好处肯定是比坏处肯定多。以后发展不知道怎么样。
The medieval urban revolution that gave birth to market towns like Tongli is important only to historians, but millions of Chinese are experiencing a new urban revolution. What happened in Zhujiajiao is an epitome of it, but the long-term consequences of this new urban revolution are not yet clear.